Are we creating an environment of trust in our workplaces, or are we creating something else? What kind of organisation, what kind of workplace are we building?
So I had over 30 years of experience in the Royal Australian Navy, and in that time I found that there was some good leadership and not so good leadership. And the reality is that people in organisations, whether it be the military or corporate, are looking to find a place that's safe to work, but more importantly, they want to be them actual selves and get something and achieve something in that space. The challenge for leadership in those organisations is finding the right leadership development and helping those people make better choices with regards to how they lead people.
One of the choices that we have as leaders is to get comfortable with not having all the answers. Sometimes we actually have to have better questions. We need to find a way in which to remember that we don't actually have all the expertise and knowledge that we need to execute whatever it is that you are executing in your business. We need to remember that if you want a high-performing team, then leaders have a responsibility to exercise choice, to make good choices.
I love it when people connect to the conversation about leadership and leadership choices. They can walk out of that room with some ideas and things that they can go and implement right back in the workplace. One of our big challenges has been in the workplace is that we're technically competent, we get rewarded for that, and when we get to that technical competence piece, used to getting it 100% right, we suddenly think that we can solve all of the problems. The reality is that we can't. And in fact, when you get to more senior levels in the organisation, you actually don't want to do that. You actually want to make sure that you're raising up others to do those things and do some of the more of the heavy lifting. Since I left full-time service, I've been working with individuals and organisations to help them navigate complexity and those challenging leadership issues that they often find themselves dealing with. At the end of the day, leadership is about social capital and human connection. And if we can help more people do that, I reckon there's a better world in the future.
Martin, what can I say? What a sensational, amazing speaker. So well crafted, and the stories, the things that the average person would never experience, and it just came to life.
He's got such a powerful presence on stage, but he presented with such humility and humour.
I love the fact that he wove his stories and his experiences and then added all the gems of knowledge and the wisdom that he wanted to impart.
The stuff that he brought to the stage just blew me away. His storytelling, the stories of his service career were, they were very clever, funny, had us all laughing, and yet the message that underpinned those stories for me was really powerful.
You actually need to make that personal choice as a leader. And you need to understand more about who you are if you're going to lead others.
As you leave here today, I want you to think about what do you need to do in your organisation to lift that team to be a high-performing team. At the end of the day, when you have a group of people that are disengaged, they are in reality conscripts, there for their own reasons, whether it be financially or otherwise. They don't give their discretionary effort when they feel that way. If we want them to feel like they're part of a high-performing team, then we need to make choices as leaders. It is your choice.
What I talk about is actually for anybody that leads, but it's really for the person in the C-suite or who is managing a team of people that is actually looking to improve and actually wants to lift that team to be a high-performing team. Perhaps in a place where they got stuck and they need some kind of impetus or catalyst to actually shift the way in which their team is operating and to find new ways of getting stuff done. Without this shift in ideas about how we lead, then organisations are actually missing out on the potential of the people that actually work in their organisation. If they really want to realise the potential of the teams that they have and the investment they've made in those people, then we need to actually shift the way in which things are done. We need to shift people's leadership behaviour, and we need to give them confidence that actually when they come back to the workplace, they've got something that they can really hang on to and take forward.